Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Got two left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walk in through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat.
Hello and welcome to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm your host, Lania Berger, and with me today we have the wonderful delight of having Stephen Smyth, who is a nine-dance finalist, U.S. nine-dance finalist, right here on the Ballroom Beat with us. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you.
It's so great to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
So I wanted to talk to you first a little bit about how you got started in dancing, because it's not always been ballroom, am I right?
No, I actually started out dancing more in musical theater. When I was about 13 in school, one of my friends had actually said to me about taking part in the school play. That's what they called it. And he had asked me would I go to the auditions with him, and I was like, sure. And I'd never really danced before or never really done anything. But I went to the audition and I really enjoyed it. And from there, I just got into it.
I didn't realize you were a musical theater person.
That's how it all began.
That is so cool. And now you grew up in Belfast, Ireland, is that right?
That's right.
And so this is all happening in Ireland. And tell us some of the highlights, some of your favorite shows that you did.
Well, I had the school shows, and then from there I got involved in community theater. So some of the shows I done with community theater were things like Oliver, Grease, Oklahoma, A Chorus Line.
Oh, you did some really great ones.
Really good shows.
Do you have a favorite?
I really liked The Chorus Line because I fell in love with the dancing more than the singing and acting. And that was all dance oriented. Everything about it. It was brilliant, actually.
That's wonderful. And did you actually, I know that you were involved in musical theater, but did you take dance classes as well? Did you study other forms of dance?
I didn't take dance classes growing up. I only got my training from the shows that I was in, apart from when I was in the theater program that went over the summer. It was called the Ulster Youth Theater. And you had the audition to get into it. It was from July to the middle of September, so it was about 10 or 11 weeks. And what you would do is you would have 8 weeks of intense training. And the owners of the company would bring in all these different choreographers, all these different singing coaches, acting coaches, and you would just train all day long. So
what an experience.
It was awesome. But while you were training, you were actually preparing for a show.
Nice.
So they picked a show, and then you would tour for 3 weeks at the end of that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was like a full-time job. You would go at 8 o'clock in the morning, you'd be there to 6 o'clock at night.
How old were you at this point?
When I first done that, I was 15.
Wow.
And I done it 15, 16, 17, and 18.
That's really cool. What a neat experience, especially at that age.
Yeah.
And when you would tour, would you go around Ireland to different cities?
Yeah, we would first start in our opera house in Belfast. So it was the Belfast Opera House, and then from there we would go to different cities like Dublin, Cork, Galway. We went to some other places as well, but I can't remember them right now.
That is an amazing, amazing experience. Was it a big group of are they all kids? Are they all around that age?
It was all different ages. It was open to anyone from 15, and there was no age limit if you wanted to do it. You auditioned to get in, and that was purely what you had to do. You had to do a dance audition, and then you had to sing a song, and then you had to prepare a monologue.
Wow.
So they had about 60 people, I believe, 60 different cast members.
Incredible. You got to work with some really great people.
Really good people.
Okay, so from there, I believe you ended up moving to London for dance, am I right?
Well, there was auditions held over in England for a company, and I went and I auditioned for the company, and I got in, so I done a show with that company over a season, over the Christmas season, and then from there I got hired in the south of London to work for a production company, so I moved to London. Yeah.
That's really, really neat. Yeah. Okay, so far we're just in the UK. But then after London, I believe you started traveling a lot more with dance.
Yes, it was always my passion it was always my dream to work for a cruise line. It was always what I wanted to do. Ever since my dad took me on a cruise when I was 16, I said, wow, I'd really love to do this. So I went to some auditions for a cruise line, and I got that audition. I think I was 19 at the time, and I went and I flew out to America and trained for a ship in the Caribbean.
Oh, fun. And which line were you with?
I was with Carnival for about 7 years, and then I done 1 year with Princess.
Oh, neat. And were you always in the Caribbean? Did you go other places too?
I was in the Caribbean, and then I done Europe, and then I done Canada also, and Barbados. Yeah, and Barbados. Oh. Yeah. I sailed it everywhere, actually.
Yeah, you had an amazing experience there. So started with touring Ireland, moving to England, and then just kind of cruising around the world, dancing on the ship.
Correct.
Amazing. Now, when you were on the ship, of course, they have the production numbers and things like that. Were you a part of all of those?
I was in the production shows, and then we would have some staffing duties, like we would maybe host the bingo. I was always the bingo caller. We would like have library hours. We would open the library and talk to the different guests on the ship. And it was just stuff like that. It was just stuff to help out the guests, but nothing too intensive. It was all about the dancing.
That's incredible. And you were the dance captain, I believe?
For a period of time, I was, yeah.
Bravo to you.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And so at this point, though, nothing with ballroom dancing?
No ballroom dancing at all.
And so you're now, obviously, you're a US 9 dance finalist. What made you make the transition into ballroom?
Well, I decided that I wanted to make a change in my career, and I thought that I was 26, and I thought if I keep doing this, there's going to come a time in my life where I'll not be able to dance to this level. And I needed a change, and I still wanted to be in performance of some sort or teaching of some sort. So I just quit the cruise line, and I had a friend in New York, and I went to New York, and I was auditioning in New York and dancing in New York, and then I thought, this isn't working. So I went on Craigslist just to look to see. I didn't even know what Craigslist was. I found it, and I saw an audition in Florida to be a ballroom dance instructor for Arthur Murray. So I hopped on a plane.
Okay, and what did you know of ballroom at that point?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
You just thought,
that was in 2006. I didn't know a single thing about ballroom. I'd never done a cha-cha, and it was just on a whim. I just booked a flight, jumped on the plane, flew down to Florida, and went for an interview.
You know what's interesting? I got into ballroom for a similar reason-ish. It's, you know, when you're a dancer, I think especially in ballet and jazz and things like that, it's a shorter career expectancy.
Right.
Because, you know, the amount of stress that you put on your joints, on your body, it doesn't lend itself to a lengthy career.
Correct.
Ballroom dancing, on the other hand, you know who got me into it? A 72-year-old man. I mean, I looked at this guy. He moved like he was 50. And I said, "What's your secret?" And he said, "Ballroom dancing, baby."
Yeah.
And I thought, this is something that I should look into, because it's amazing to have a career that can last so long.
It really, really is. And some of the competitors today, like, are some of the best dancers in the world in ballroom are like 40-something years
You would
old.
not see that in other forms of dance.
No.
Not at all, not at all.
No.
And I think, too, we see a lot of our students who end up starting this as a hobby, you know, in their 60s and their 70s, and perfectly capable because it's so low impact, it's so soft on the joints, it's such a great form of exercise. And
well, the thing is, you can tailor ballroom dancing to suit anybody. There's many different ways of learning how to ballroom dance. There's social, there's competitive, there's performance. You basically teach the students to what they're looking for in terms of the level, but everybody can get something out of it.
It's true. It's absolutely true. Okay, so you come to Arthur Murray's. Can I tell you about my first memory of you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I was already there. And I remember I was managing the Orlando studio, and the owners came over and they said, "We've got a great new guy starting." I said, "Really?" I had just switched partners. His name's Stephen, and he comes from the cruise lines. Fabulous personality, great dancer. We suspect he's going to become a successful competitor. I was like, "Really?" Well, they hit the nail on the head, I guess, with you. And they said, "Do you have a partner yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I just said I'd partner with Eddie." And they're like, "Oh, too bad. He's going to be a good partner." Isn't that a funny thought? Isn't that a funny thought? Anyway, and now I look and I'm like, wow, U.S. 9 Dance champion, yeah, finalist, U.S. 9 Dance finalist. Anyway, so you did get into competitions, obviously.
I did.
And so how long did it take you before you started competing professionally?
Well, I had been hired around June, and Victoria, the girl I dance with, had been hired in May. And we were hired in the same studio. So we were hired at a similar time. So we kind of bonded in the training because we were in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about competitions. And then I had a lot of different girls say to me about it, and they wanted to dance. And
oh, you were a hot commodity when you came in.
Yeah, a lot of people had asked me. But then me and Victoria had just spoke about it, and we said we'd give it a go and we'd try. And here we are.
The rest is history.
8 years later, we're still...
Okay, so I've got a couple pictures of you and Victoria.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's take a look at a couple pictures here that we've got of Victoria and Stephen when they were competing together at some different competitions. Look, I love her feathers. Oh my goodness, she is just so lovely there. You're dancing American Rhythm there, obviously.
Yeah.
And you guys, you do 9 Dance, so we also do the smooth. I think we might have a smooth shot there. Oh, it's a little bit stretched, but there now she's got extra length to her. There you guys are doing the smooth, and then I think we have one more. I think this one's from Ohio Star Ball, this last one. Yeah, there we are. The Ohio Star Ball.
That was the first year we danced the Ohio Star Ball, actually. Yeah, that was really exciting, actually.
Now, I grew up watching the Ohio Star Ball because they would have it every year on PBS. What was it like to compete there?
It's an incredible feeling because when you walk onto that floor and you're surrounded by thousands of people and the floor's huge and the lights are on you and they have all the video cameras everywhere because they're going to video it. It's nerve-wracking, but it's exciting at the same time.
Do you find that it turns into a great energy that explodes through your dancing?
There's just something really special about being there anyway. Yeah. So everybody has that exciting energy and everybody just loves being there.
That is...
It's so prestigious.
Yes, it is. It is such a prestigious competition to be a part of, and wow, what a thrill that had to be for you.
And being on the floor with the best people in the world is such a privilege. So when you go to Ohio, you know, you're surrounded by greatness. So, you know, it helps you to grow because you're looking at the people you want to be like and you're dancing beside them. So it's awesome.
How many times have you been over to Ohio Star Ball?
Maybe 3 or 4 times.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So tell us about some of your accomplishments, you and Victoria together.
We've been Arthur Murray finalists in the rhythm and in the smooth for quite a few years. We were the Arthur Murray 9 Dance champions at our Superama for 2 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That is
really
awesome.
exciting. Yeah, we were the 9 Dance champions at the Chicago Dancerama for 4 years running. Yeah, and it's been awesome.
Okay, so let's clarify for our viewers. We keep saying 9 Dance as though they understand exactly what it is, and I need to clarify because it is something very special.
Yeah.
There are a lot of professionals who focus all of their energy on the American Rhythm or on the American Smooth or International Latin or International Standard. There's a select few who do both and will compete in the 9 Dance, which is waltz, tango, foxtrot, Viennese waltz, rumba, cha-cha, swing, mambo, bolero.
Correct, that's the 9 dances.
It's a lot of choreography.
It's a lot of choreography.
How often do you guys change your routines?
Well, it doesn't have to change your routines a lot because it takes a long time for the partnership to learn the routine and then to connect with each other and then put the performance on top of that. So the chemistry with you and your partner takes a while. Whenever it's a new routine. So we wouldn't change the routines too often. What we would do is have coaches work on the technique of what we're doing and maybe some of the transitions and the performance aspect.
Do you recommend that for students too?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're a student and you want to be super successful, it's going to take a while for you to grow into your routines, so you don't want to change them a lot. What you want is perspective. So different coaches coming in, looking at the choreography, looking at the performance, looking at the transitions, and then giving their feedback on what they see would be better as a judge, if they were judging it, really helps students develop.
And you're actually here because you're coaching at Arthur Murray Palm Harbor.
I am.
So far, the coaching sessions have been wonderful, but I saw you doing exactly that with Linda's routine in the waltz. That you weren't creating something brand new. You were taking the existing choreography, tweaking it, fixing it, making some different changes and upgrades, if you will, but maintaining the same routine, which is great for her for muscle memory.
It's enhancing what they already do to make it better. That's really, really a good thing for a coach to do.
And it's interesting to know that professionals at your level are doing that same exact thing, because I think sometimes students are eager for new choreography, when they haven't yet grown into...
Yeah, it's always good to have multiple sets of eyes on your dancing. One person can't do it for you, and you can't do it by yourself. So, me as a professional, I know that I need assistance to get where I want to get to. I can't get there by myself, because I'm not on the outside watching myself dance. So I need other people to help me in that aspect.
Now, speaking of being on the outside to watch you dance, we're going to do that in the second half of the show. So I have the finals, the American Smooth finals at Millennium from 2012.
Okay.
You and Victoria look magnificent in it, and we're going to take a look at that right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Beltran Dental Surgery is dedicated to providing the highest quality dental surgery.
Teeth in a Day allows a patient to walk in with their old teeth, sleep under IV sedation, and walk out with a brand new smile. Unlike dentures, Teeth in a Day allows you to eat what you want and still feel like you have your own teeth.
From wisdom teeth removal to implants or creating a whole new smile, call now or visit our website to learn more about our procedures. Get a brand new smile today.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental. Providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist. Believe me, Dr. B and his worker bees are the best. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Welcome back to On the Ballroom Beat. I am here with US 9 Dance finalist Stephen Smyth, and we are about to take a look at the Millennium Smooth, American Smooth Finals from 2012, which you and your partner Victoria are a part of. Are you ready to take a look?
I believe it's the Rising Star final. Yeah.
Pro Heat #1 judges once again the final round now of the Professional Rising Star American Smooth Division.
So talk to me a little bit about what your practice regimen is like, preparing for something like this.
Well, we would try to practice at least 4 days a week, either before or after work, for an hour and a half to 3 hours at a time. It really depends on how our work schedules are, but we try to dance 4 days a week.
And when you're practicing, Stephen, is it exclusively the two of you? Do you bring coaches in to also help you with your dancing?
Well, during our practices, it's just us. If we bring coaches to the school, we'll always take coachings with the coaches that we bring in. And then we would travel to coaches. When we go to some competitions, sometimes we would stay over for a coaching with a coach that is available, one of the judges. It just really depends on who we can get and who's available.
And do you have favorite coaches that you work with?
I really like working with Bob Powers. Yeah, him and Julia, obviously, 12 or 13-time U.S. champions. They're incredible dancers, but they're also incredible coaches and choreographers. Oh,
there you are. I'm going to point out that Victoria is in that marvelous blue dress spinning. Well, now both of the girls are in. There we go. She just came out of her spin. There you guys are. Couple number 304. Beautiful waltz. Do you have a favorite style?
I really like the foxtrot because I feel like it relates most to what my background was, musical theater. I like the jazzy feel to it. I really love the performance aspect of it. It's a little cheesy, but I like that.
And with the choreography that we're watching, do you and Victoria choreograph for yourselves? Do you have coaches choreograph for you? What's the process with that?
It really does depend. Sometimes we know what we like to dance. We know what's good on us, what lines. Victoria, we know her flexibility, so we know what kind of tricks she likes to do. And then what we do is we have the different coaches come in and look at what we have done, and then they'll tell us if they like it, if they don't like it, whether or not they think it would be good on the floor. And then from there, we just change it based on what the advice is.
Okay. We're moving into the tango here, and they show us a lot. Love this. We're starting off with Stephen and Victoria. Look at how dramatic. I love how powerful her movements are.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Look at you guys, such speed, such precision. It's beautiful. Now, 2012, how long had you been dancing together at this point?
We started dancing together at the end of 2007. But we didn't actually start dancing smooth until 2011.
That's right, that's right.
So at this point, we'd probably been dancing smooth about a year, about a year or a little bit over a year. So we're kind of new to smooth here.
And we should clarify, new to smooth as open professional competitors.
Correct.
So that students don't think that's possible in a year.
Oh. Obviously, we had been training in this style for many years previous.
Yes.
We just hadn't danced it as professionals.
And I think too, Stephen, would you agree that when you work together with your partner, as you did with Victoria in the American Rhythm, and you develop that partnership and that connection, it's easier to bring on new styles, isn't it?
It is, for sure. The stressful part is trying to then get your rehearsal schedule split between your smooth and your rhythm. Because you still have the same amount of time to practice, but now you're practicing 9 dances versus 5.
Right, right. Did you give the smooth a little bit of extra in the beginning? Or
yes.
Was it okay?
Yeah, we did. For sure.
And what made you decide to go to 9 dances?
Victoria's background was very much in standard. She was on a Russian team, a formation team, and it was standard based. So her background was in standard, and of course standard is very close to smooth, only it's danced in a closed position. So naturally, she's beautiful on the top line. That's something she does very naturally, and it's very easy for her. So she always wanted to try it, and she just asked me, you know, can we try, because I really always wanted to, and I said sure. And then I fell in love with the movement and the feeling and the emotions. Yeah, that's one thing that changes a lot in smooth. You can definitely see the characteristics of each dance.
That's true. They are very clear.
More so than in the rhythm, because and the music, it's very easy. The music lends a an ability for you to actually perform better, I feel.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I also started in rhythm and then added smooth and ended up liking smooth better.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised by. I think a lot of folks are really attracted to that, you know, the Latin energy of the rhythm dancing, but then when they give a try to the smooth, they can see there's a different kind of energy that's just as exciting in a different way.
I like the fun energy of rhythm and the excitement, but I like the artistry in smooth.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a very nice way to put it. Okay, now I noticed something at the beginning of the foxtrot that is noteworthy for gentlemen on the floor. You're driving out there, aren't you? And cars get in your way.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about what that's like to drive around that dance floor with all this wonderful movement happening around you.
Well, you just have to have a trust between you and your partner. The lady always trusts the man, obviously, to get her around the floor and guide her. And if you have that trust and that relationship, you'll always be able to maneuver, because something that's great is everybody that you're on the floor with are all professionals, and they're all in the same boat with you. So there's a mutual respect that happens, and everybody knows that they have to guide their partners through.
Have you ever had one of those funny situations where you got stuck on someone, or you...
I've never gotten stuck on someone. We've both been tripped before.
Did you?
We've both been tripped, yeah. So we've both taken a fall before.
Oh, goodness. I had my heel get stuck in someone's shoe once.
Oh, Victoria's heel gets stuck in her dresses all the time.
Joe Howard's shoe.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. I'll never forget it. I thought, oh my heel just went down Joe Howard's shoe. Oh, here they're introducing the finalists. Such lovely couples. And you know, it's interesting when you see, oh, there you guys are.
Yeah. And I should really mention something that we've been really blessed to have is our sponsors that dress us. Dory Designs makes all of Victoria's dresses, and every dress they make seems to be better than the last. They dress her just exquisitely every time.
There's no doubt every single costume I have ever seen Victoria wear has been sensational, and certainly a standout on the floor. And it's important to stand out on the floor that way, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've been with Dory since we started dancing. They're an incredible company, so we're very honored to be sponsored by them.
I don't blame you at all. Now, when we watch this, I think a lot of folks have the misconception that they need to be at this level to compete because this is what competitive dancing looks like. But in truth, amateurs start all the way down at the newcomer level, isn't that right?
Yeah, anybody can compete at any level and any age. The organizers of the competitions are fantastic like that. They don't mix levels, so that if you're on the floor, you're only on the floor with people that are dancing at your level, which is really cool because it does allow everybody to take part. And it's really excellent how the competitions are organized.
And do you think that for a student there's some benefit to starting as a newcomer rather than waiting until they're, say, full bronze or associate silver?
Well, if you start as a newcomer, you grow with the levels of the competition and the competitors around you. And if you wait till you're like a full bronze or a silver dancer, you're still going to be playing catch-up because you've never been on the floor. You don't know what it feels like to be out there. So growing at the pace that you learn and competing at the pace that you learn is really important.
I would agree with you. And you also compete pro-am, am I correct?
I do, yes. I dance with multiple levels of students. I also love that aspect of it. I love the journey that I take my students on from the beginning. It's awesome to see them grow as well, and their accomplishments, obviously.
Oh, bravo. Bravo to all 7 of the final couples at Millennium 2012. Oh my goodness.
That was an incredible final. There was some amazing dancers out there.
It's interesting, when you get to that level, it's hard to even see the difference between, because all the couples are just so extraordinary. So extraordinary. Well, Stephen, what fun to get to watch your finals with you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ballroom Beat today. It's been such a pleasure. And I hope all of you out there enjoyed it too. Such fun to get to watch the Millennium 2012 American Smooth Finals with one of the finalists himself. A big thank you to Stephen Smyth, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week on the Ballroom Beat.
Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Got 2 left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walk in through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat.